Hello, fellow Dawi and Grudge Bearers, Heir of Carthage here, and I hope you're ready for some more action on the Malakai Makaisson campaign. We have secured a massive swath of the Chaos Waste as well as the Giant Home Mountains, and we have a good thing going here. And I appreciate your comments, by the way. As you all leave comments, I read those. I may not get to respond to everything because I'm just kind of busy with work and other stuff going on, but I do love your comments. I read all of them. And you can even leave a comment about my ugly schnoz or, you know, whatever you want to say, my foul stench. And I'm always happy to have it. And a lot of people say, oh, comment for the algorithm. I don't think that your comments, unfortunately, do anything for the algorithm. The algorithm hates me. But algorithm be danged, I'm happy to have your comments anyway. So if you do leave a comment, don't leave it for the algorithm. Leave it for me, because I enjoy it and appreciate it. Whereas the algorithm's just a bunch of internet BS. So in any case, like I said, thank you. Appreciate it very much. I'm going to move this army. Well, hang on. Let's take a quick look-see. I can't quite reach them all on this turn. I'm going to move this army forward, and then we're going to take Mal. Oh, speaking of, I want to look at a couple of things before I forget. The Grudge Settlers, where was it? Legendary Lords, Legendary Grudges, Final War. Someone was telling me that there might be a way to fight the battles that I've been looking at in the Book of Grudges, because I was talking about fighting that battle against the Skaven. I don't see any of that here. This is just our Grudge Settler units. Legendary Lords. There are not any Legendary Lords that we can confederate. Some people mention that we might ought to look and come in here at the confederations. It may be possible now. I think the thing that they're missing, though, is that... settlements, settled grudges. I think that because of the mod I'm using with the recruit defeated legendary lords, that is probably messing this up some. I'm not 100% sure there. It says total settled grudges need to confederate this lord 86,893. Yeah, you can see that I'm way short of the grudges needed. And again, someone was thinking it may be because of the mods that we're doing. So that may be the case. I don't know. So I can't confederate any of the legendary lords here, unfortunately. And then I was trying to look at the... Let's see... Karak 8 Peaks Grudge... Elgi Oathbreakers... Fallen Ones... Forest of Elgi... See these Skaven factions. Yeah, I don't see anything here that's gonna let me battle them. Maybe it's a different one. Known factions, provinces, lords, heroes. Someone said go to like the Grudges tab. Let me see if I'm mission. I mean, like this is the only Grudges thing I'm aware of, and I didn't see it in here. If I'm still missing something that allows me to go and fight these battles, let me know. But like, I don't see a way. Fight 5 battles against Skaven. Engage the Skaven leader's force. Yeah, see, it just points back to here. We've got to get one more thing going here. Yeah, I don't know. Someone had made it sound like I might be able to teleport to those battles. Maybe I misunderstood it. I don't see a way to get there. If you all know something I don't, like I said, please leave me a comment, let me know, and I will try and get to it. Otherwise, I had started moving one of our armies south because it's no longer needed up here. So I have Grombrindal's army kind of beelining it south and see if we can go get engaged with the, what do you call it, the Crooked Moon, and help out some of our fellow Dawi in that regard. Maybe I need to turn off my mod whenever I play this one and see if it helps the Grudge Confederation mechanic. In fact, I go look at that. I wonder if that's part of what's causing it, because we already have Thorgrim. Yeah, because see, we already picked up Thorgrim and Grombrindal. Ungrim, Belagar, and Thorek are all still out there. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to turn off that mod and see what happens to that, but we'll check it out another time. For the time being, let's just go ahead and continue. let's take Malakai. Malakai is ready to hit Volcano's Heart here. I'm going to continue to kind of sweep through the Chaos Waste here. Malice Darkblade is now our target because we have swept through most of the Chaos targets that were in our way. We are gaining Oath Gold at a very rapid clip now, 143 per turn. And if we get more buildings, obviously we can increase that more rapidly, like at Volcano's Heart, for instance. I might put one in there as well. I'm gonna wait on the Port of Secrets, try and gather up a little bit of income here. I had been doing some research. Rune magic is not really a big deal to me right now, nor is this, to be honest, but Oathstones could be a good one here. And then Age of Reckoning, Grudge Settler, army size, that could be nice as well. Let's go ahead and research this so that if we ever do get an excess of Oath Gold, we can take advantage of that. I'm going to skip the airship upgrades for now. I just don't really have a lot of money for it. Let's take care of our skill points that we have. And what do I want to do? We got open caskets. Open the casks, sorry, not caskets. We're not talking about the vampires here. Let's do speed for missile units. And then let's take a look at Angry McGrombrindle here. Let's finish up Lightning Strike. I think that's going to be a good one for him. And then we've got our Master Engineer here that's picked up another skill point as well. And let's go with, I think, Triangulation would be a good one. All right. Got a Lord Not Moved, which is Thorgrim, and we are moving him towards Malice as well. We have multiple lords here. That reminds me, I want to go take a look. We've got Public Order going up almost everywhere, except for Plane of Illusions here, which we just captured and haven't really had a chance to build anything new there yet. So understandable, but that's good to see our Public Order rising nearly everywhere. We've got this single one here, the Altar Spawns, that's out there. Let's go ahead and put in some extra Oath Gold income and income there. And let's go ahead and move Thorgrim. So I'm going to keep moving him underground, and then we got a commandment available. Again, I'll use the control commandment to see if we can really boost up these places, and then we can go back through in time and flip those over to the one that gives us better trade tariffs. I'm not going to construct any outposts right now. I just don't need them. Let's end our turn. It looks like Malice Darkblade, rather than fighting Oldus, they just took off and sieged Malakai, which is an interesting choice. Now, as expected, they have a lot of painful crossbow capability. They even have a single artillery piece. Malice, of course, is a very tough customer, but I don't see how they could possibly take down Malakai here. Not with the double Thunder Barge madness that he's going to be able to bring, and the artillery bombardment will be pretty obscene. So let's take Oldus and cut off any retreat that they might have. And I'm going to move in here to the Tower of Flies. This was previously occupied by Nurgle, recently occupied by Druki. One can only imagine the smell in such a place. Has to be truly remarkable. We picked up an upkeep reduction. Speaking of, someone also made this mention in the comments, which, let's go take a look. They said, hey, how come you haven't been using more ancillaries? I just honestly haven't paid attention, and probably should have. So thank you for mentioning it to me. We will go take a look. There's a whole bunch of different stuff here. Some of these would have been very helpful, like the research rate reduction, Choir Master. Some of these definitely make a difference. I want to say that the ancillaries, if we end up doing any unit runes, I think we need some of these ancillary slots open, which we will take care of. Guildmaster, Powder Maker. Christian when under siege, Stonemason. It's only local regions, so it's not like super useful. We could put it on there for now, but yeah, some of you mentioned these ancillaries, so let's mess with the ancillaries and get these things assigned here. We got Cooper, Dwarf Bride, Tattoo Artist. Like I said, we're just gonna start divvying these out here. just because we can. All right, Malakai has got his on there from, I think, all the fighting. Still missing some here. Some of these aren't going to make too big of a difference. Some will give us like just extra income and stuff when we're in the key areas. Archivist. Those. So we've got set up. Let's check out Felix. There we go. Let's get to Thorgrim. Check this out real quick. Tattooist, Dwarf Bride, Brewmaster. We can go ahead and put some stuff on here. War Banner, Lichbone, Pennant, magical attacks could be cool. Wailing Banner causes terror. That one could be fun as well. Passive. Yeah, let's pass on that one. Let's take a look again. All right, I think we are starting to run out of some of these to use, but that's okay. Let's just kind of keep going through here, get all these assigned. This is certainly something I should have done sooner, so we'll try and make use of it here. There we go. It should be fun.
Yes, yes. I'm here.
Just go through here checking for stuff that's available. Awesome. Okay. Oldest and okay. I think we took care of it. So there we go. We've got a whole bunch of those characters put out there. Let's go take care of the skill points that are available to us. It looks like I was working on Miner's Instinct here so that we could more quickly, or so that we could get up to some of the other skills that allow us to replenish and have our army costs less as well. We're going to work on triangulation there. And let's take a look, see Malakai. I am going to strike out against Malice. We're not going to allow him to siege us. It says that we're going to take medium casualties. I disagree. I think we're going to give them enormous casualties. The battle has started. I've deployed my troops across the map. I kind of expected this. I expected the enemy to kind of retreat back towards the reinforcements. That makes sense. I'm going to actually push up with the number of reinforcements they have coming. It actually makes sense for the AI to wait on those reinforcements. I don't want any part of these shades. Not with my gyrocopters. Honestly, don't really want any of that with my airship 1 over here as well. We've been mostly immune to any real threat to our what do you call it, our thunder barges, but there is a very real threat to the thunder barges whenever armor-piercing missiles are on the battlefield in such numbers as they are right now. Let's fall back out of that range there. I'm basically just trying to expose these shades to artillery fire. Shoot. So, but I have to maintain close spotting. Maybe if I pressure these shades a little, they'll fall back. I don't think they can fire whilst moving, but there's a bunch of them, and if they shoot me, it's going to hurt bad. But I'm trying to keep line of sight and keep them pressured here and allow my cannons to take a few shots. But we also have to worry about my own cannon shots hurting me really bad. If I keep pressuring, like kind of getting in there. Oh crap, I hit one of my own gyros with the cannon. That's what I was worried about. Yeah, this is going to get a little too tricky for me to maintain line of sight there. Yikes, dodge, 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 dodge. Okay, one of their shades just became visible again. I might try one more time to pop those units up. There they are. I'm just trying to do a little bit of damage to these shades while I have the opportunity. Yeah, we lost the attack order there. Oh gosh. They're gonna hit me again. This is a little bit dangerous here because I've got cannon shots flying all over the place. Their reinforcements will be here soon. Ooh, that was beautiful. Big hit right there. My cannons have got an opportunity here to land some shots. Obviously, we'd be better off with stuff like grape shot, but we'll take whatever we can get. The cannons have managed to get some decent kills. All right, the reinforcements are coming. I'm going to lure these Chaos Furies back over here. I'm actually going to take my cannons off fire at will, reposition to aim at the new inbound units. Let's pull these gyros back across. Normally, I would just park my thunder barges right on top of an approaching enemy army. That would be somewhat suicidal, I believe, in the current environment. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that that would be intelligent at this point. I'm going to open fire, though, on this Druki Master, and then possibly those chariots. Let's see whether we can hit the Master. He might be a tough target. Let's target those Scourge Runner chariots for the moment. Should be an easier to hit target. Speaking of, let's take a look and see.
Malakai Makaisson.
I don't really have extra ammo unless I use the Persuader. But that's also a heal. So I'm going to be careful with that. Let's target the War Hydra. We destroyed those chariots. And rather quickly, I might add. If I do, I am going to go ahead and summon the Spirit of Grungmeat. It looks like the AI is kind of going hard to just one of my flanks here. I'm going to...
I command the spirit of Rune. Makaisson.
I'm going to kind of reposition my army a little. I'm going to leave my cannons in place, hopefully, so they can continue to fire, because they are causing a lot of damage right now. Let's use our... I kind of want to see if our Spear of Grungmeat, it's quite a ways outside of range. Malice Darkblade is supposed to be here somewhere. I don't know exactly where he's at. What is this? It shows a unit like way back here. Okay, that's the bolt thrower. Just making sure. I'm not sure where Malice is at. I haven't seen him here. Let's go ahead and turn that spear off. We'll use it shortly. Let's open fire on the Charybdis. We killed the War Hydra. I might see whether we can go ahead and range that Charybdis. I want to kill off those units. We can always switch over to Grape Shot as the enemy approaches our flank. Okay, we did get the spears fired. I'm going to kind of fall back here because I don't want to get overexposed and get shot up by crossbows, but that Charybdis is going to go down. We need to keep an eye out for Malice. Again, I'm not really sure where he has gotten to. We've got units approaching our flank over here, so we're going to keep an eye on those. In fact, I might use my... I'm going to switch to Grape Shot cannons and turn fire at will on, and just let them shred this formation that's approaching me. This is probably going to be the fewest kills that we've had in quite some time with the airships, but it's partly just because I can't just go park them right over the top of the enemy. But now that the enemy's in range and I can let my Grape Shot focus out some of these dangerous missile units. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the airships in here, though. We're going to need to... Whew, there's all the shades. We're going to need to get business taken care of relatively quick here. There's Malice right up front, too, and he just bypassed Gotrek and Felix. He must have had some kind of ability that allows him to kind of roll under cover here. I'm gonna have to switch out a grape shot so I can range these shade units. The shades are throwing quite a bit of shade at me at the moment. Malice is getting chewed up pretty hard here. I'm gonna heal the Spirit of Grungni, Persuader. We're losing line of sight on some of these units. That Druchii Master just kind of came charging straight at me back here. I'm gonna bring my... Okay, Malice has transformed, but he is being brutalized by my Gyrocopters and Gotrek. In fact, Gotrek's about to take an even bigger chunk out of him here. Alright, yep. Malice is going to go down. Let's keep our cannons on focus. We've got to get rid of these units. I'm going to keep these Thunder Barges moving here. We are taking pretty bad damage over here. Ooh, switch to Grape Shot and open fire over here. We have a problem with the number of shades at the moment. I'm gonna try and help get them off the battlefield a little bit quickly. A little bit more quickly, I should say. I should say quicklier, since that's not really a word, and it would be kind of funny. I think I lost a Slayer Pirate unit. Got absolutely wiped out over here by Shades. But that's not a big deal. Slayer Pirates, not a particularly amazing unit. I've just kind of been using them just for the sake of. There's probably better units that we could make use of, but I do have to have something to guard my flank ultimately. And so we do gain ourselves a solid victory here and drive back the enemy forces. Certainly major reason for that is going to be our cannons, but look at that. Airship 1 still got 200 kills despite coming in late. Same thing with Spirit of Grungni. Those very, very capable units. All right, yeah, we did lose that Slayer Pirate. I'm assuming it probably got cut down by those shades. There was more shades on my flanks than we initially realized, obviously, because they were hidden. I knew they were there from the deployment screen, but didn't know exactly where they were due to their nature of being hidden early in the battle. So we're going to need to replace that unit, but that shouldn't be a problem. It is quite easy for us to recruit units from the Spirit of Grungni. We can recruit many units, and we can recruit them very quickly. And many of you have been asking why we still had Dwarf Warriors in this army. Well, it's simply because we needed them, I think, for the time being. The Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, still a pretty interesting unit here, though. However, might not be a bad idea to replace them with, like, Longbeards or Longbeard Great Weapons. The melee defense on the Longbeard Standard Longbeards is quite nice. Just their damage profile is rather puny. And uninteresting. Now, we could go bigger, but again, remember that I am limited on what it is I'm able to field. I think maybe what we'll do to replace that Slayer Pirate is, well, I don't know, the Slayer Pirate's nice. Some of you wanted to see more Doom Seekers, and that makes sense. It's just these guys, they're really cool. They're just not good frontline infantry by any stretch of the imagination. I do kind of want Slayer Pirate back because they've been a fun unit on the flank, but at the same time, like, they have downsides as well. You know what? Let's replace them with the Doom Seeker, and then we'll have a couple of Doom Seekers, and then let's go ahead and replace some of these Dwarf Warriors that are sitting here too. Let's kick those, and let's see what I would have for standard infantry. I'd have 3 standard infantry, 3 flank infantry, so maybe like just a couple more, like more standard infantry. And I kind of like having the shields, especially if we're going to be facing this many Druchii. So I may go ahead and take like standard Longbeards here, and then we can throw in one other type of unit. And it'd be hilarious to pick up another Thunder Barge. That'd be risky because it's going to cost me so much upkeep. But I mean, that would just be absolute dominance. It would be very difficult for the enemy to do much about it. However, as tempting as it is, again, I'm a little concerned about money at this juncture in time. And I guess we could just throw another Doom Seeker on here. And that way we'll have more Doom Seekers, which are kind of thematic to this army, I think, is why people wanted to see more of them. So we'll do that. Let's see, legendary hero. Devastating Charge. Go over here to Felix, who picks up a couple as well. Thorgrim picking up a skill point. Let's do Morgrim's Favored. And that means we have taken care of the skill points. Oath Gold climbing nicely. Big defeat for Malice, and again, he has nowhere to go back to at this point because Oldest moved in behind him, which is fantastic. Let's see. Let's take Thorgrim forward, and then Grombrindle has the movement orders to head south. We're going to continue to head south. Like I said, about as quick as we are able to. Karak flag. All right, we actually have a little bit of money, and we're actually making a little bit of money at this point, and I do say a little bit because it is going to be fairly limited. Let's see what we can do here. The Tower of Flies is a newly captured. I actually want to change all these buildings to Oath Gold. So as I see the income buildings, I'm going to switch them to Oath Gold. I'm also going to use a lot of refectories to help with public order in these uninhabitable areas. We're going to have to do our best to overcome the uninhabitability. And let's take a look here. Bloodfire Falls is the only place that has falling public order at the moment. I would love to go ahead and just get more Oath Gold here. However, with our best efforts, we're still failing a little bit in terms of public order, so I might just go ahead and start with the refectory. And then as we are able to get more growth, then we can add another Oath Gold building. We might even be able to add one at the Burning Monolith here in a moment. But let's go ahead and end our turn. All right, great. Made it through the turn end, and we are ready to continue striking. There's a Beastmen faction that appeared near us. I believe... Where did Malice run to? Probably ran as hard as he could towards his next settlements. This Black Ark is also in the vicinity, but I don't think it's going to be anything too big for us to worry about. At Volcano's Heart, I'm assuming that our public order here is good because we have a Lord nearby. So, like, for instance, if I go ahead and make this move... Crystal Spires, Port of Secrets, Volcano Heart. Yeah, it's high because I have Lords present. It's probably going to drop here soon, so I think my first building... I can't put a refectory in, but I can do one that helps with growth. So I might do that one to start with, as much as I would like to have some additional Oath Gold. And speaking of Oath Gold, I will take some additional Oath Gold here. And what else do we got? The Burning Monolith. Yeah, see, we are at positive public order territory at this point, which is good news. I'm going to go ahead and drop some more Oath Gold there. And like I said, I want to drive that Oath Gold up through the roof, if at all possible. Tribe Slaughter. Yeah, so we are limited on... So Pillar Skulls is being rebuilt. What else do we got? We got places over here that need some more work. We have positive public order here, which is exciting because it's kind of a backwater settlement at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and grab some Oath Gold there while I can, and we'll increase the growth just to kind of help out. So we're going to get more Oath Gold online. We need to go move our armies. Grombrindle's still continuing the long march south. It is indeed a long march towards Greenskin and Skaven territory. That's where I need them to be. Looks like the Crooked Moon putting up a pretty big fight here against our Karak Kadrin allies. I almost wonder whether we should... I think we have an agreement with them. We do.
Fetch the broom.
I wonder if we should make through their own mountains.
You have my axe.
I think we should make through their own mountains, and we'll come through and help them out. Let's see, what else can we handle at the moment? Let's go take a look at our movements. We've got Oldest.
To doom, then.
I am going to come out of the settlement, move into an encamped stance.
Doom becomes
and push forward while replenishing. Yep, I can see Malice retreating to the Forest of Decay. So that is going to be our next objective. Garagrim's going to pick up a skill point here, and we'll go ahead and drop that in hard to hit. And then let's see here. That should be it, I think, for this particular turn. Let's go ahead and end. All right, our armies are going to be able to stay on the move here. I'm going to move forward with Oldest. Malice is busy trying to recruit more forces. Malakai finished recruiting his new units, so we are a little heavier now on infantry, a little bit stronger. I'm going to go ahead and head into the airship encampment stance so that we can replenish, and I'm going to push forward. And I'm going to bring Thorgrim underground right along with him here. So there we go. So we are ready to strike out. So Malice is in pretty big trouble at the moment. He's got some serious problems coming his way. We need to build this settlement because we're going to need a place to put new buildings. This particular province is going to be suffering some continuing public order issues because it was just conquered, and it is quite unpleasant for us to live there. Oh wow, looks like Karak Kadrin loading up against Skarsnik, but Skarsnik falling back to his fortress at Mount Gundabad. So that could be interesting. We'll move in to help them. That is Grombrindle making his move now. That's going to be the last of our armies that needs to make a move here. I'm going to save a little bit of our cash and skip the outpost. Go ahead and end another turn here. Let's take a look at our Oath Gold income. Yeah, well, it should increase here. Oh, would you look at this? Malice finally doing something useful here. Very nicely slipped in behind my lines. He's headed back towards my territory near the Altar of Spawns, so I am going to have to make a move to intercept him there. I'm going to go into Force March and make my way back in that direction. Probably the quickest way to come ashore right there. So we'll come and intercept the force. We've got plenty of forces operating in the vicinity. Fortunately, it looks they just abandoned the Forest of Decay because they saw what was coming. That's absolutely hilarious. I'm going to move towards Bilious Cliffs, and then we'll take Malakai's army and move into the Forest of Decay. And this, I believe, would have been Nurgle territory at the beginning of the campaign. Let's go ahead and just auto-resolve this. It's kind of a big nothing burger. Occupy their settlement. Our income continues to climb, which is quite nice. We picked up some medicinal plants. We picked up a well-upgraded Oath Gold facility there and a refectory, all extremely useful to us here. I don't need this ranger building, though. Bugman's Rangers are cool units. Might be nice to recruit them. I'm trying to think, in its place, we could use a building that drives growth instead. And then we could build this later, because I'm not intending to recruit any Bugman's Rangers at the moment. So we don't necessarily have to focus on that. That's going to be nice, though. That's going to be a nice pickup of both income and Oath Gold. So that is a big gain for us and a big loss for enemies. Speaking of Oath Gold, we have 860. Let's go put some of it to use in the Forge. Many of you were mentioning unit runes, or banner runes, as they're going to be called here. And some of them were artillery focused that you wanted me to try here. Bombards the area around the caster. So this is like a bombardment, I think, that goes onto an artillery unit. This one gives 20% missile strength, assigned non-grudge settler unit. So I think that would be a good one. Let's go ahead and inscribe it. And then someone mentioned the homing stuff, like Rune of Seeking. It says enables projectiles to home in on targets assigned non-grudge settler units. So again, this is a cool one. However, I've noticed in the past that homing ending up like kind of being bad. I'll test it again though, and we'll see whether it's any good. So let's head to some of our different lords here. We'll go ahead and just go into here, and if we go take a look at the runes, I believe they're down. Oh no, hang on. Is it in Ancillaries? Yeah, I think it's in Ancillaries. No, where do they put the banner runes? Okay, yeah, here they are. The Rune of Seeking. What was the... I see 3 of these, as we should see. I've got to have an open... Not really going to need that sapper. Let's put the Rune of Seeking in there. And then, what was that other rune we struck? Where did it go? Very fusible, salvageable. Yeah, it's not one of the character runes. I thought it was a... God, that Rune of Seeking. Where the heck did that... Oh, there it is. Master Rune of Immolation. Okay. Master Rune of Immolation. Let's go to Oldson's army. We'll put the Master Rune of Immolation there, which is gonna be one of those. And then Stonemason, income, tariffs, corruption ministry. That's a good one. That's a good one. Archivist is a good one. This is less useful. Like a brewmaster. Let's get rid of the cloaks for now, and let's go ahead and go put one of these other banner runes there, and then let's go to Grombrindel's army. And let's see, Dwarf Bride, Slayer Ward, Stonemason, Cooper. All of those are fairly useful. We don't need a lot of charge bonus for dwarf units. That's probably the least useful one. We'll put that Rune of Seeking there too. So now we'll put some of those to use in our upcoming battles. Again, thank you for mentioning it, bringing it to my attention. I will do my best to keep up with it. This building's very expensive, but I'm gonna build it because that is a valuable commodity. Let's head into diplomacy, by the way. Take a look at our quick deal.
Speak.
No new trade agreements available. Clan Angren would like a non-aggression pact, though. And
ready.
Let's see what else they might be interested in. Let's go ahead and give them the non-aggression pact. That makes... Oh, whoops.
Step forth, true friend of the Ungrown clan.
I'm gonna steal some of their money, though. There we go. Might as well do that. Back to quit deal. Kimry is considering it.
What?
Okay, I think that should be good for now. All right. Research. We finished this little bit of research. We are going to need a whole lot more oath gold. And that is understandable that we would need a whole bunch for these high tier. I mean, a lot of these aren't going to do me a ton of good. Let's look in guilds and see whether any of these... I mean, this one is not amazing, but it will do something for us. I don't have the oath gold to research much of anything else at the moment. Let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and see what else we need to do. I think it might be time to end a turn. Oh, Grombrindel's move. Now, of course, he would continue to move for the next few turns, but I'm going to go ahead and begin this process of moving up in through Carrick Kadrin's territory down towards the Silver Road. There's a lot of grudges on the Silver Road. It would be cool to get to settle those grudges. Hopefully we can get there before Carrick Kadrin does. Take advantage of that. I'm not going to build the outpost with them. And I'm going to save a little bit of cash for this turn, and maybe we can make some bigger investments on the next turn. All right, this was inevitable. The army that Malice got in behind us is going to do its damage. Understandable. That was a good way for them to attempt to distract me from their impending doom. Unfortunately for them, it won't work because I have 2 additional armies who are going to be tracking them down. But fortunately for them, it did take one of my armies. So now they only have 2 armies bearing down on them instead of 3. So again, I guess there was some effect in it. And despite the AI just kind of normally going for these unguarded settlements, in this case, trying to lure some of my forces away from their territory could be a good move. However, consolidating their forces into a single effective defense could also potentially be a good move. It's going to depend on exactly how things work out there. But regardless, I am going to be ready to head these guys off. They're not going to make any more progress into my territory. So we're going to end their little mission right there. This Beastman army is going to get behind me and probably try and cause problems. I may try and take them out soon. We're going to take Bilious Cliffs. And we kind of just continue to roll through the back lines of Malice. There's going to be very little that he can do about it. And that's fine. That's the way I would prefer it. All right, let's see. Runesmiths. Don't think we could probably use the growth. Let's go ahead and get the growth. Let's take a look at a few things here. We need to get a commandment issued here. We're probably going to want this one to improve public order. Again, we're going to have to really watch public order. Right now, it's mostly good. A little bit of neutral. I can't build anything for public order here yet, but I could go ahead and take a little bit of Oath Gold and then build this, so that will allow me to add a building for public order. It's going to take a while, though. But the public order decay here will likely slow a little bit over the next few turns. So I think we'll be safe there ultimately. And I don't see any major issues because it's improving in most places. Oh man, Carrot Kadrin is coming in hot towards Silver Road. Mountain Gun Bad looks like it's gonna fall. So I'm just gonna proceed at full speed and see if we can beat the enemy to the Silver Road and try and take control of some of it. We will see what happens in that regard. Assign skill points. Let's go to our Master Engineer. Finish up Sapper. Other skill points at the moment. I have a Garrison Lord unmoved. That is going to be...
Let's get a roving. Best rest up here.
Right, so let's just move forward as far as we can here. Yeah, that's Malice falling back from us, recruiting as many Shades as he can. Shades can be pretty deadly in the right circumstance. It's be fun to build this gigantic Oath Gold building all the way up. Get 50 per turn out of it. We're up to 220 Oath Gold per turn, by the way, so we're going to be earning nearly 500 every couple of turns, which is going to be quite nice. The question is, what do I want to build? I have a pretty decent chunk of change. Let's see if there's... Let's move back here to the Challenge Stone. Public order is stable, but still kind of close. I might go ahead and put a refectory there. And then I wonder if we should change some of these buildings over to the Oath Gold version. I think we should. I'm going to tear 2 of those down and build Oath Gold buildings. Actually, I'm just going to tear them all down and build Oath Gold buildings. They will lose some income overall, but we'll start gaining Oath Gold, which is going to accelerate our strength by allowing us to forge more items in the armory. All right, so the army from Hag Grief moving forward rather aggressively, and I'm a little bit surprised here because it says they're outmatched. This is the one that says increases bonus versus large and enables homing. Again, I did not have a good experience with homing in the past. We will try it on this unit, and then this Master Rune of Immolation gives a bombardment ability to help protect the artillery piece, and then it also gives it a 20% buff, but it can only be put on a non... It says assigned non-Grudge Settler unit, and this is a Grudge Settler unit, so I'm assuming that that buff does not apply, so I'm going to actually take this off and put it on to, yeah, the catapult there, because I think it'll actually make a difference. All right, let's go ahead and fight this. All right, we're going to start the battle. There are certainly some dangerous units around. I'm going to try and get some quick shots onto this Hydra and then back up. Oh yeah, nice shots. Our artillery should start off very near in range or in range. Let's try our homing projectiles here on the cannon. I'm going to target their Charybdis there, and then let's take our... Yeah, our Grudge Thrower and target some of those crossbows. I'm going to move down closer to my own units so that I can have reinforcements ready. They're kind of rushing me. Not surprised here. Let's see whether those homing projectiles do much. I personally don't think they're going to. unless CA rewrote something to improve them. I haven't even seen it fire here. There it goes, finally fired. And it seems like, if anything, it's not doing much compared to what it maybe would have done back in the past. So yet to be seen, I think, on whether or not we feel like there's an improvement on the projectiles homing in. Again, I've never really found them to do too much. Flame cannon has opened fire. Let's target these war hydras. Gotta protect my flanks here. We've got Cold One Knights inbound. I'm gonna move these gyros back, and I'm gonna actually swing right across the middle of this formation with my Thunder Barge. I'm gonna see if we can spear that Charybdis. It's canceling it for some reason. Maybe we're too close or something. I don't know. Okay, there the spear came. Maybe we'll get the second one. Yep, okay. That's gonna deal with the Charybdis. We are taking... Oh my gosh, my two Slayer heroes are getting worked pretty hard over here. Let's send them some reinforcements. We're gonna need to get out there in a hurry, and I hope I haven't gotten them killed at this point. I got a Harpy on me back here. Oh, I possibly got these guys killed. I hope not. The Lord is not invincible at this point. Garagrim would come back. Let's come up here and provide some more help. Can we target their leader? Can we get these Harpies off me quicker? We might save them. I think the Thunder Barges kind of coming in here may actually save these guys, especially if I can just get the missiles not to finish us off. Alright, we've just got this last War Hydra down here. Or sorry, there's two War Hydras left, but I hate leaving them into combat for that long, but we didn't really have a whole lot of options here. We took care of it regardless. Alright, and then our Thunder Barge, man, it took a beating. Not totally surprising there, because like I said, if anybody's capable of jacking up a Thunder Barge, it's gonna be the Druki. It got the heals too, and still took a beating. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not sure I like the homing cannonballs here. I felt like I was seeing less damage in total. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's target this guy with our cannons. See, I got the cannons coming over here. See, they're not really hitting it any better. In fact, they're missing almost all shots. I mean, that's the lowest number of kills I've seen on a cannon in a long time now. Maybe I just had it targeted improperly. But, yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of benefit to the homing shot still at this point. So I feel like we should probably just remove it. So again, unless you all are seeing something different in your campaigns and feel like I'm getting it wrong, let me know. Okay, that was a good victory for us. I would have liked to have taken a little less damage, but we stopped their incursion, and it was a potentially powerful army that they were bringing there. Again, not unstoppable, but again, look at the performance here from the cannon. Not impressive. In fact, one of the least impressive damage things we've had here. I mean, it was 6,092 damage dealt. I feel like we could do a whole lot more than that. Like, I mean, the Goblobber outperformed it there, so I may remove this rune and then see how it does in the next battle without it, and just kind of see what happens as we go. Let's go ahead and take the replenishment. That's going to be all the time I have for this episode. I think we made some good progress. We're continuing to just cleanse the Chaos Waste. We're moving down to retake the Silver Road. By the way, the more of these dwarf settlements that we ensure are occupied by dwarves, we can potentially complete that grudge, which unlocks the use of the underway network, which would be really quite nice for us to have. So in any case, hope you all enjoyed this episode. HeirofCarthage signing up for now. I'll see you soon with some more.